Alright, showcase for my Marohi's Erqi Vaal Earthquake character. Using war cries with this helmet for boosting the damage. Hate Forge. Hate Forge is surprisingly very cheap this league. I got this one yesterday for 11 divine. Right now it is minimum is 12. So for how much money we are making this league, this item is very cheap, given that last league it is over 100 divine on average. Most my items are unique. Not actually, all of my items are unique. So yeah, you can have a very, reliable setup. I'll go through the details in a more in-depth video about the character. Rear resolute technique, no crit. All damage scaling mostly coming from Warcry. This character I made for as a mapping character. Either Arc and Go or semi-juiced, it can do it. Because we also have the Foreign Flesh and Flame jewel here, 1 divine and 1 divine. So for 2 divines you can have the Chieftain explosion, because everyone is already playing Chieftain, and take the explosion node. That's why the Forbidden Flesh and Flame combo for that particular node is really cheap. Also this league, just extremely cheap. Let's go through the map. An unidentified tier 16 Mesa. I really like the map because my Atlas go a little bit to Atlas, very random Atlas, taking strong boxes, shrines, and the couple of stuff for Delirium and the boss rushing. So it's not a fixed strategy for anything, but yeah, that's how I do my Atlas mostly from the start of the league. Weakened Sexton, I do think that is good for non-juice map. If you're doing juice, quantity and gravity is probably still better. Okay, so playstyle is you Warcry, you cast the Earthquake, the Vaal Earthquake, and then you walk. I will not take the Wisp in the beginning of this map, just show how it does on a non-Wisp. Spoiler, it's not much different from if you're doing Wisp. Right. To pick up these things, to make things very... Oh god. I have a Divine Shrine. Now I cannot even take damage, even though normally I do not take any damage anyway. This character have, I think, around about 200 death. But it was almost entirely from the time where I created as a league starter, and it was a Berserker Relief of Rage with 0 defense. Since I swapped to the Juggernaut setup, this one, I come back to it and I respect the character. From level 92 to now is 94, halfway to 95. I didn't die even once, and I don't think I will die often. Obviously there will be stuff that will be able to kill you however tanky you are in this game, but I would consider myself to be a very tanky boy, beefy as fuck. I am not used to the setup yet. Sometimes I misclick here and there. Because I have a lot of mobs around me, I can Warcry without having to weapon swap. this boss. See how we do on him. A tip for Warcry, in case you are, you know, new and or old but you have not played Vaal Earthquake. Movement speed basically replace attack speed. So the faster you are, the more damage you deal. That's how it works for Vaal Earthquake, basically. Alright, so I think okay, it's 19 monster left. I would still like to go back to the affliction and check in case for a video, in case we see a King of the Mist. Because for some reason, whenever I try to record a video, the game just gives me King of the Mist. Alright, it's not, so let's just kill it. Let's just kill this real quick. Damage is not incredible, but it is a price I'm willing to pay for the tankiness that I'm having. Because my previous build has all the damage in the world, but just randomly dies to one shot or 2-3 shots all the time, and I'm pretty much tired of it. The character basically will stop at around 95, and I want to have one character that I can push to higher level, so I decided to make a very tanky character as this one. Right, that is the Mesa with the affliction done at the end. Tier 16. Now let's do one just Alk and go. Temp chain is terrible for the purpose of showcasing the character, but it doesn't do any harm to the actual power, right? We're just slower. But let's go through temp chain. Why the hell not? It's also the last map that I will get 3 divine here. Guaranteed 3 divine. Given that I killed the map. Oh, so this map I'm planning to do the affliction first, but if it is the triple affliction and it affects the boss, I am pretty much fucked. Yeah. Again, muscle memory haven't been good yet. I only played 2 levels from 92 to 94 with this character. Yes. Quickly check this. Yeah, as usual, there's jack shit on the vendor. For Christ. Just I want to maximize the damage. Right there, you see, I don't even finish my earthquake yet, but the monster die because I also have a falling setup for a vengeance skill for the purpose of cursing enemies with vulnerability to increase their physical damage taken. And also it is in the H Forge, so it has the reach support level 30, and it adds. Okay, they have 2.5k rate. Wisp, not good, but not too terrible either. Okay. As you can see, I can stand in the middle of a lot of monster without even taking any damage. Oh, this is gonna be a good showcase. Alright. Because we have the Fun Shrine. Yo, this is how the fun shrine works. Okay, I'm standing in the middle of all of those explosion, and I don't take any damage. We also have another shrine here. Okay, all the explosion, no damage. Alright. I'm not even sure I have a divine shrine. Oh, I actually have a divine shrine here. Alright, that works out, but you know, we don't need the divine shrine. We can take those. I do that all the time. I never have to dodge anything. Fun shrine, kick in. Oh, I'm going too fast. This a little bit distracting. Alright, let's just pick up those, whatever they are. It's a little bit of money. Alright, see, when I finish the war cries, the vengeance proc when 1 or 2 monsters kick me in the nut. The boss is dead, and we have 3 divine, I believe. 3 divine? Yes, 3 divine. No, I fucked up. So the most important thing the Warcry is gonna give us is actually not the Warcry's effect himself. What the hell? What killed me? What the f... I was just... Ooh. It's supposed to be a flawless showcase. I was about to say that the tankiness is the main selling point of this character. And I also just said that it hasn't died. But apparently that is no longer true, so... bummer. Why are those killing me? They must have some kind of weird shit going on with the altar. We are also on a minus max rest map, so let me go ahead and just sell this guy real quick, and then I go on D&D and do another map, right? Just also throw those in. That's good enough. Let's go ahead and trade this one to this guy for 40C. Level 5 flammability for 40C for some reason. Not that I'm complaining. Trish Maven. It's 3 divine, right? Let's go ahead and put it on. Oh no, let's go ahead and put on D&D. And here we go again. Now, what I want to do for the next showcase is a Guardian map. Hopefully that we get it. There we go. Chimera. Perfect. I'm gonna try to fix anything that he does. Let's take the Wisp as well. Temp chain again, which is bad for movement speed reliant build like this one. But I do have a way to sort of deal with it when I need the full movement speed effect, which is this flask, right? It has consecrated ground, which by default have 50% reduced curse effect on you, and then it also rolls another 50+%. So whenever it's active, I'm unaffected by flask, basically. Not immune, but unaffected. I still get the curses on me. See, I purposely take that just to show that I can take that, and to show that the death we got minutes ago is the bullshit. I am immortal. I mean, my character is immortal. I am going to die eventually myself. Let's stay positive. I'm in my 30. I'm still young for a boomer. I still have all my hair. I recently have the chance to talk with. I should stay focused. I forgot to weapon swap, and the mobs around me is not enough to give the Warcry's power to generate all the charges that I need. Just do Alva. I like Alva. People might not, but I do like Alva because, believe it or not, the double corruption chamber right now, the price is 345 something. Just insane amount of money you can make with Alva. So just an extra tip here: whenever you have your Alva mission stack up and you want to run your maps semi-casually, just go ahead and spec your tree to Alva. So every 3 maps you have 90% roughly chance to get a double corruption map, Alva temple, and that gives you 3-4 divine, whatever the price it is now. Right, let's swap back to Earthquake and we walk around in this area. Ritual. Ritual is nice XP for us. If we are not MF, then the ritual reward actually doesn't do much. But the ritual itself, in this case, if I want to level up, it actually is a pretty good amount of XP. And so is tempo actually, because the tempo, if you spec on the notes on the tree, there is a note that makes all the monster in the tempo magic, which is a ton of XP. And the tempo mobs also are affected by the whips, so they are actually very, very juicy. I don't see anyone doing it because most people hate it. I don't, and yeah. So the beginning of the league, this is my method for making the first currencies. Couple of divines. First couple of divine is spec into Alva. It's not the best strategy, but it works. We just snowball it to eventually Mageblood, mirrors, whatever. Right now the temple looks really terrible because I'm not having a spec on the Atlas, but trust me, it is juicy. Enter incursion, just do whatever. Tempo is only good if you spec into it. If you do not have any note on the tree, it is very, very random. You can get lucky and get the double corruption chamber, but it's quite rare that you actually get lucky. But if you have all the notes on the Atlas that support it, it is very, very, very reliable. And a good source of XP. And loot. Right, so whenever we are in the middle of a pack that is a lot of monster, or even better, a lot of magic monster with a rare, it'll give the Warcries a lot of power and we do not have to weapon swap. Right. This guy. Here is the Guardian damage. I think I faced him. Alright. Alright, now we look for him. Wherever he is, I don't care because he doesn't do damage to me. See? He doesn't do any damage to me. So it is okay for me to take a little bit slower to kill things. Bosses. Remember that this build is not made for bossing, but for just walking through maps, being tanky as fuck. Eventually, I am going to aim for a Mageblood, so eventually I will have it. I fucked up again. I didn't Warcry when I weapon swap, so the Warcry doesn't have enough power to give the rage, but it's okay. Again, this character is extremely good for covering for your mistake because this is very tanky. There is not a lot of things that can actually kill you, so you're safe. Alright. This guy, the Chimera, is annoying with his phases. If this one is not Hydra and it is the Minotaur or Phoenix, it will be done a long time ago. And we're done with the... Oh, he actually dropped something that is very gambly. Alright, let's Soul Cry and then slam and walk. Once you get used to this play style and it doesn't, you doesn't mind doing that once in like 10, 12, 15 seconds something. I think it is 12 seconds. It's not bad. For linear maps, 3 of those probably gives you a map done. And if you're having an acceleration shrine, like what I have in the previous map, you doesn't feel the pain of... You doesn't feel that, and that is nice. Right, so that is the showcase that I want to show. I lost for word, but yeah, one extra thing. I didn't plan to do it, but I realized I have it in my butt pocket for some reason. Let's try to do that. I am going to stress again that this is not built for bossing by any capacity. It's just for maps. Desecrate. Ooh, this can be 1 chaos. Yeah, 5 chaos. Better than I thought. Just throw it in here. Okay, the last part of this map is gonna be this. Okay, I'm gonna go for my Warcry, I'm gonna slam, and I'm gonna walk.
Replica, deep space, astral avalanche.
Avalanche. This is gonna hurt, right? The avalanche.
Solar Stone.
But if you are not trying to, you know, face tanking everything, then it's not bad.
Simulacrum.
I am
Deep space.
going to
Starflare.
walk around.
Astral Avalanche.
Alright. For bossing, they gives a lot of power. One boss is 25 power, so if there is 2 unique bots nearby, you have 50 rage for when you will cry.
Deep space.
Given that you have the charm. Or if you are the berserker with the correct ascendancy for rage or will cry. Bam! Oh shit. It's dealing a lot of damage to me.
Simulacrum.
It's like taking a shower.
Solar Storm.
Solar Storm, alright, Solar Storm, whatever.
Unexpected.
Alright, and we are done. This is whatever boss. I'm not even sure what it is. I don't even know the mechanics. I just, based on the effect. And guess which one is dangerous. I'm not even sure if I'm dodging correctly, but you know, that's the benefit of being tanky. While having just enough damage. Right, so I will make a build guide for the character explaining all the setup for maximizing the damage while maintaining the level of tankiness that I want, which is to tank almost everything on mapping content and, you know, non-Ubers boss content. For Ubers, normally, from what I know, we need to have a lot of damage taken conversion to avoid the penetration of the bosses, to actually face tank everything. However, for normal mapping, for things like, you know, Simulacrum or Delirious map, or just everything juiced in one map, its defense is capable of dealing with almost everything. I have a brass dome, and I have 90% reduced physical damage here. If I take it off, I lose all the armor, almost all the armor that I have, but I still have 90% reduced physical taken. So as you can see, the physical mitigation from this for this build doesn't really comes from having a very heavy armor chest. So it's not armor, but it is pure physical mitigation through endurance chart, scaling, and other means. I also have adrenaline for 10 extra whenever it proc when I reach low life. Okay, let me try to actually work right and do a lot of things here and try to get myself to low life. Right. And I want to proc the adrenaline just to show you that it exists in a build. Have I reached half health? There you yeah, there you go. Adrenaline. So it gives increased damage, physical mitigation, and attack speed, so it feels nicer when it happens. However, the problem is with my current setup, if I use this one like normally, whenever I press life flask in a map, then I will be able to shoot up over 50% of my health, and it will proc adrenaline when a mob hits me or when I take any sort of damage from myself, and will proc and then reduce myself to reach the threshold to be low life and proc the adrenaline. So in mapping with a life flask, it happens constantly. We also always have that, which is nice. But I'm going ahead of myself. That should be for the future video very soon. of explaining how the builds work, what is the mechanics that I am using, what are the setup I'm using to automate almost everything, because Warcries require a lot of button pressing, even though we do not have to do it all the time. We do it once every 12 seconds or so, but it is very button intensive, so we want to have everything else that is put into the build is as automated as possible, and I'm gonna explain in details in the build guide video, so please wait for it. And thanks everyone for watching. I hope you have a wonderful time as I do playing this build, and see you in the next video. Bye. Where is stop recording?